Welcome to RiskAssure Solutions video tutorials. This tutorial has to do with setting up vendors. You've already looked at the introduction to RiskAssure Solutions and the setup locations and users. In the Equipment and Vendors section on the left-hand menu side, you'll see Equipment and Vendors. It's good to set up some vendors prior to setting up your equipment so that you have fill-in choices on the pick lists. Remember again that you have the choice over here on the top left of selecting the corporate body or a specific location in your operations. Clicking Equipment and Vendors and then going down to click Vendors will give you a list of everyone you have put in. If you haven't put anyone in, you can add a vendor. You'll notice that the name of the vendor type, which is on the pick list, and they're at your control. And you'll notice that a little tooltip, selecting the main vendor category to the list. You'll notice the information you can put in for the vendor, all sorts of information. And you can also click off whether they are a manufacturer if you wish, or whether they are an emergency vendor, which will show up on a little bit different list. Kind of a nice feature. All the vendors are hyperlinked. Again, everything in blue type is hyperlinkable. If we were to go into this particular vendor, and if we were to edit them, since they already exist, I'm going to mark them as an emergency vendor. They may or may not be. They're also marked as a manufacturer. So we're going to save that. And that way, when they show up on the list of all vendors, and of course you can have as many vendors as you want show up on your list, and you can sort them by name or type or address or all the sortables here. Or if there's an emergency vendor, I only put one emergency vendor. You noticed how I did that. You can click back to all vendors. And when you have your vendor list, and by the way, the vendor list is very, very flexible. In this particular case, this particular company put everything in there, which was pretty good. All their different vendors for every single type of not only emergencies, but equipment suppliers and vendors, suppliers of Kleenex. Everything is in there, from electrical repairs to plumbing to landscaping. You can use that list that way, and then you could use another list of just emergency vendors by clicking off that particular box. So that's the vendors side there. Remember, if you have questions, refer to the help section where there are other video tutorials, as well as a complete written user guide, which gives you step-by-step processes. Have fun and be safe.